Hey guys, it's me, Mr.250, and welcome back to Umineko. Back to Angie reminiscing about Maria, even though she's dead now. Yeah, it still kind of sucks. Well, I guess she's not technically dead in this game. She's just dead according to Angie in this point of time. Angie thought back to her own birthday nostalgically. Even though Dad was busy, he sometimes came home just to show up at my birthday party and went right back to his company. Well, I mean, for how busy their Shiremiyas are, that's something, right? At the time I was sad, but now I understand how important I was to Dad. Of course, Mom also took very good care of me. Her birthday presents in particular always had very good taste, and she sometimes arranged for them several months in advance. Even though we always sent an invitation to Battler Oni-chan, he didn't get along with Dad or something, so he didn't always come. So when he did come, I was really happy. The birthday parties when the whole four-person family gathered made for fun memories that I will never forget. Maria One-chan peeked into my happy memory. As I sat quietly wearing the origami helmet that Dad had made for fun, I was a little embarrassed. In my hand was a paper gun that Battler Oni-chan had folded for me. And Mom was taking a commemorative photo. It was the happiest moment of my life.
Maria お姉ちゃんの誕生日だって負けてないよ。それで今日もらえるんでしょ？作太郎は。すっごく楽しみだった。ママのカバンの脇にあるプレゼントの包みを早く見せてもらえないかなとずっとワクワクしてた。
Sakataro is the name of a stuffed animal that Maria was to receive today. Starting a long time ago, Aunt Rosa had been making a stuffed animal for a birthday present today. Hearing that it was a cute lion stuffed animal, Maria One-chan had already given it the name Sakataro even though she hadn't received it yet. Sakataro? Today, she was looking forward to meeting Sakataro even more than her own birthday. Aunt Rosa ran a clothing design company. It seemed to be some kind of brand name. What was it? Auntie Rosa? It seemed that their catchphrase was, "I can't believe the way I was before today." I can't forgive the way I was before today. Unfortunately, I've never met someone who knew of that brand name. Maybe it wasn't that famous. So Auntie was pretty skilled with her hands. I heard that she made some of the clothing she wore herself. So making a stuffed animal had to be well within her capabilities.
手作りのぬいぐるみなんてちょっと素敵。ところで、作太郎って名前どういう意味でつけたの？本当はさくらってつけたかった。でもオスライオンのぬいぐるみだから男の子の名前にしなさいって言われたの。だから男の子っぽく太郎を加えて作太郎。最後の「う」はいつの間にかなくなっちゃった。なんでさくらなの？テレビアニメの主人公の名前。
It was the name of the main character in a TV anime which was popular at the time. The fact that she simply borrowed the name of a character that she had liked was, how should I say it, as innocent and cute as you would expect from that age.
ママサク太郎まだサク太郎も一緒にお誕生日混ぜてあげたい。
プレゼントはいつも最後でしょ。今広げると汚しちゃうわよ。食事が終わるまで我慢しなさい。
じゃあ早く食事を終わらせ。
As soon as she proclaimed that, she started tearing into her meal. Aunt Rosa got mad at her, saying that was rude. It seemed that she had expected this would happen right away. I'd also thought that if I were as naive as Maria One-chan, I would probably do the same thing. So it was kind of pleasant when my expectations weren't betrayed. In the end, Aunt Rosa lost to her daughter's eyes, which were sparkling with anticipation, cleaned up the table, and took out the long-awaited wrapped present.
ハッピーバースデーマリアン。なかなか時間が取れなくてあまり上手に作れなかったんだけど。
ママの手作りなら何でも嬉しい。サク太郎サク太郎。
Aunt Rosa spoke slightly humbly, but Maria One-san was happy even before opening the present, or the wrapping. I could really understand that feeling. It's not a problem of quality. Just the fact that it was a handmade present was more pleasing than anything.
開けてもいい？開けてもいい？
本当はお家に帰ってからにしてほしいんだけど、ちょっとだけよ。ちょっと見て挨拶したら一度しまうのよ。ちゃんと挨拶するのはお家に帰ってからにするのよ。ここはお外なんだからはしゃいじゃダメよ。約束できる？
約束する。だから開けてもいい？開けてもいい？ママ。
はいはい。ちょっとだけよ。
Before Aunt Rosa finished talking, Maria started unwrapping it. I guess they did say it was a lion. I don't know, for some reason I had a different image in mind. Seems cool though. As soon as she did, yellow and orange peeked out. What appeared was a slightly blank-looking lion stuffed animal, with cute round eyes and a white chest. It was about the size of a small pillow. It looked pretty big next to a short person like Maria One-chan, but it probably wasn't that large. From the perspective of someone who didn't know better, it would probably look like something cheap bought from a department store or something. But to Maria One-chan, it was her mother's handmade stuffed animal, the only one of its kind in the world and irreplaceable. Aww, they look adorable! Is this a, sounds like a remixed version of that one song that plays forever. Anyway, but yeah, this scene almost makes you forget that Maria's mother is a terrible person, even though arguably she may not be. And Maria is a creepy child, even though arguably she may not be.
そんなに褒められるとかえって恥ずかしいわ。全然時間が取れなくて大したものを作れなかったの。本当は抱えきれないくらい大きなのを作るつもりだったのにね。
これでいい。
It's a great song and all, but can we lower the volume just a little bit? There we
こ
go.
のくらいの大きさならいつも一緒にいられるもん。一緒にお出かけできるもん。サク太郎、お姉ちゃんだよ。
本当に可愛らしいぬいぐるみね。この子が マリアお姉ちゃんの一番のお友達の作太郎なのね。
学校には一緒に行けないけど、お家ではいつも一緒にいる一番のお友達なの。作太郎はね、とっても無垢で可愛らしくて、そしていつもマリアに優しくしてくれるの。マリアに元気がない時には励ましてくれて、マリアが元気な時は一緒にいっぱい遊んでくれるの。だからマリアはもう寂しくなんかない。ママが仕事で忙しくて一人ぼっちでも寂しくないし、学校で誰も遊んでくれなくても全然寂しくないの。ねえ、さくたろう、うりゅ
Never really heard about him until now. I figured if he was so important, Maria would have brought him with her. But maybe knowing your mother, maybe she's like, no, you'll embarrass me in front of the family. You're not allowed to bring the toy. At school, Maria One-chan had lived in the same kind of environment as I did. Compared to the other kids in her class, Maria One-chan's tempo was always a little slow. Her sensitivity and way of thinking about things was a little peculiar, and was a little too idiosyncratic for her to blend in with them. Her grades were low as well, and since she was talkative about everything related to the occult, which was her specialty, she was treated like a weirdo by everyone else in the class. If you were touched by Maria One-chan, you would be cursed. Stuff like that. Everyone in the class acted like she was disgusting, made fun of her and avoided her, it seems. If a boy bumped into Maria One-chan, he would start rubbing that part against the other boys as if he'd gotten some scum on him. They would pick up her stuff like it was something filthy and chase the other boys around with it. It seemed that the girls acted as though, even though speaking to her was unpleasant, so they ignored her completely, giggling and sneering at her whenever she made a mistake.
いじめっていつの時代も似たようなものなのね。人間ってほんと進化しないの。滅べばいいのに。
マリアはいじめられて悲しいけど、でも仕方ないと思うの。
仕方ない？どうして？
だってクラスには一人いじめられっ子がいないといけないってルールなんだもん。
Is that so?
最低なルールね。それを作ったやつの後頭部をレンガで殴ってやりたいわ。もちろん角で。
もしもマリアがいなくなったら、きっとマリアの代わりに新しい誰かが新しいいじめられっ子に選ばれる。マリアが我慢することで、マリアはその子をかばってあげられるの。
As she said that, she smiled faintly. Maria One-chan's way of thinking really is unusual. According to her from the beginning, a witch had resided in that place called a school. No, she says that anywhere that a lot of people gather will most certainly have a witch residing there. The witch tries to steal the students' souls through death and disease, or accidents, or really annoying quizzes. Apparently, she sometimes also corrupts the souls, leading them down that path of evil. She says that an angel came, not content to let that happen.
天使様はね、魔女をやっつけようとした。でも魔女は強大で、戦いは7日7番に及んだんだけど、それでも決着しなかった。疲れ切った魔女は休戦しようと言ってこう提案したの。
前に聞いたわ。私はこれまでクラスの生徒の半分を病気にしたり怪我をさせたりしてきました。でもその代わりに残りの半分の生徒は病気と怪我から守ってきました。だからもしもクラスの一人を私への生贄にいじめられっ子にしてくれるなら、その他全員の生徒を病気や怪我から守るだったっけ？
Well, that's almost really nice.
おう、天使様は考えたの。クラスの半分が不幸になることに比べたら、 クラスの一人だけが不幸になることの方がずっといい。それに魔女はその強力な力で他全員の生徒の安全を守ってくれるという。
クラスに40人の生徒がいるとして20人の犠牲者が1人に減って19人が助かるというわけね。実に合理的な提案。
I wonder if this fairy tale is some kind of motif. If it's a creation of Maria One-chan, a 9-year-old girl, that would be pretty impressive.
天使様はその提案を飲むことにした。だから一人の生贄によって19人は救われた。だからマリアの役割は大切なの。
This is kind of sounding a bit like Battler's situation. If he were to give in, then all these other people would be able to go to the Golden Land. Which I still have yet to figure out if that's actually a good thing or not, but I mean, for the sake of the fight, that isn't.
魔女は19人を守ってる。
私たちが生贄になることによってその19人に感謝された覚えはないけれど。
Maria One-chan's idea was too compassionate. The misfortune of Mai and her situations are very similar. And yet, maybe you could say that because of a small difference in our way of thinking, there's a difference in how peaceful our hearts are.
それでマリアお姉ちゃんは悲しくないの？
悲しくなんかないよ。だってこれからはサク太郎が一緒だもんね。サク太郎。うりゅう、マリアと一緒なら僕も元気。
What?
サク太郎も元気
he
って言ってるよ。
is? Okay. This is like one of those Build-A-Bears where you stuff your voice inside the stuffed animal. Maria One-chan hugged the Sakaturo stuffed animal, playing both sides of the conversation herself. I don't understand. But that's okay. It doesn't. Maria's stuffed animal voice can be whatever the heck she wants it, because it's her imagination. That's exactly why I want to reach Maria One-chan's level. So I held a strong interest towards her tale and her words.
エンジェは一人ぼっちだから辛い？
辛いわ。でもマリアお姉ちゃんとこうしていられる時間だけは別。一人ぼっちじゃないから。なら
サク太郎もお友達になればもっと楽しくなるよ。じゃあ今日からサク太郎もエンジェの新しいお友達だよ。ね、サク太郎。うりゅう？
You really? Oh gosh.
僕、エンジェのお友達？
You're really bright, you know.
うりゅう、エンジェ！
I don't like Sakatura's voice. It's annoying. Skillfully moving the stuffed animal like it was a puppet, Maria One-chan changed Sakatura's facial expressions. She was controlling him, but the charming way he waved his short hand and cocked his head to the side made it feel like he really was a new friend called Sakaturo. Of course, looking at it with cold eyes, it would only appear that Maria One-chan was comforting me when I was grumpy. But a soul had definitely been blown into that stuffed animal. The soul of Maria One-chan's love. So I accepted the existence of a being called Sakataro inside that stuffed animal.
ほら、エンジェもサク太郎に挨拶して。ほら、サク太郎もご挨拶。うりゅう？エンジェ、怖い人？
Sakataro timidly looked at me. He unexpectedly met my gaze and hid behind Maria One-chan's back in surprise. Maria One-chan really is good at playing with stuffed animals.
大丈夫だよ、サク太郎。エンジェは怖くないよ。とっても優しい女の子だよ。どうも、サク太郎です。うりゅう。
はじめまして、サク太郎。エンジェよ。新しいお友達になれて嬉しいわ。
I held out my hand as though asking for a handshake. And Sakataro's short hand was stuck out towards me, lightly touching my index finger. After all, the size is all wrong for a handshake between a human and a stuffed animal. This greeting by touching each other's fingers was our handshake.
これでもうエンジとサク太郎はお友達だよ。
I'm glad we made friends with the stuffed animal with the creepy voice.
2人よりは3人の方がもっと楽しいよ。うりゅー
It's kind of grating on my ears. Maria One-chan had given the name Sakataro to the stuffed animal she was to receive on her birthday, and had warmed and expanded its existence in her heart for a long, long time. Therefore, even before she had met him, a personality had been sublimated into his existence. Sublimated, that's the word. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Even at the first moment that they had met, he and she had been friends. Of course, I don't think anything could be as personified and loved as Sakataro was. But that wasn't anything extraordinary in Maria One-chan's eyes. She loved the things she owned very much, treating them just like friends or beloved pets. Maybe Aunt Rosa hadn't let her keep a pet at some point in time, so she treated objects as though they were precious. Maybe she was so isolated that she had been forced to find a friend nearby. Because of those various conditions, this wasn't anything extraordinary from her perspective. And even so, Sakataro... No, maybe I should call it Sakataro like Maria One-chan. It was certain that Sakataro was a stuffed animal. No, a friend who was more loved than anything, no, anyone. I don't love it. It's annoying to me. I can't stand its voice.
上機嫌ね。お友達が来てるの？
サク太郎と遊んでるの。サク太郎ったらね。
It was already about 9 at night. Rosa had asked since this wasn't a good time to have a friend over, and she had been a little surprised. But when she thought about it, Maria didn't have any friends who would come over to play, did she? Wow, that's kind of mean. Even so, to think that she would have so much fun playing with that stuffed animal. Rosa was very pleased that Maria had liked her birthday present so much.
ごめんね。ママ、どうしても仕事が片付かなくて、来期のラインナップが難航してるの。ようやく少しずつ注目され始めたみたいで、なんとかここで期待に応えられるインパクトを与えたいのよ。
今夜もお泊まり？いいよ。頑張ってママ。
そうありがとうねマリア。ママのお仕事のことを分かってくれてありがとう。
Rosa was very surprised that Maria had accepted that she couldn't come home from work so indifferently. Rosa had viewed telling Maria that she would be coming home later staying overnight as a large burden. Maria would start crying about how lonely she was on the other end of the phone, and it took a lot of time and effort to calm her down. To think that Maria would accept it in such high spirits. Is this also thanks to Sakataro? Rosa was once again pleased that she had given such a good present.
明日のこの時間には帰れるようにするわ。明日は一緒に夕食をとりましょう。マリアは夕食はまだよね。コンビニでお弁当を買ってきて食べてね。お菓子はダメよ。ジュースのお釣りと一緒にレシートも入れておくのよ。わかった？
はい。サク太郎とお買い物。サク太郎とお買い物。
Wait, is Maria just kind of out here by herself alone at night? I don't know about that.
サク太郎はダメよ。お留守番させなさい。
Yeah, he needs to watch the house. For Maria's manner of speech, Rosa got the feeling that Maria would go shopping with that stuffed animal without her knowing about it. Rosa's forehead creased, and after sourly saying that Maria definitely must not do that, she hung up.
おー、サク太郎と とお買い物ダメだってママに言われた。
Look at that bear with the party hat. He looks like he's having a great time.
ウリュウ、マリアとお買い物に行けない。一人でお留守番寂しい。なんでママサク太郎とお買い物行っちゃダメなんて言うんだろう。ウリュウ、きっと僕がマリアと一緒にいるのを見られると恥ずかしいんだよ。恥ずかしい？なんで？ママはよく僕を外に連れて行っちゃいけないって言うし、マリアのことをよくもう何歳になったんだからダメとかそういう言い方をするし。マリアはサク太郎と一緒で全然恥ずかしくないよ。僕はライオンだけどぬいぐるみだし。ライオンでぬいぐるみだけどマリアのお友達だよ。だから一緒にお出かけしよう。ママがいない時だけ内緒で。ひょっとしてサク太郎も恥ずかしい？僕は恥ずかしくないけど、ウリュウ、ちょっとお外の人が怖い。
You're a lion. You're supposed to be scary.
そっか。じゃあサク太郎が怖くなくて一緒にお出かけできるようにする。マリアに任せて。便利なのがあるの。
Maria started fishing around her messy room. I'd just be worried coming home that Maria would like draw occult symbols all over the walls or something stupid. Rosa often told her to clean it up, but she was just bad at cleaning up her room. However, Maria knew more or less where everything was. So much so that if it were to be cleaned up, she would have trouble finding where anything was.
ほら見てサク太郎。ラップザック。
Am I playing the same game? There's like murder and death, and now we got this fluffy stuffed animal, and we're putting it in a knapsack, I guess, to hide it from people. I don't even know. I don't like Sakataro's voice, but everything else so far seems to be fun enough. Anyway, we'll pick up here next time, I think. Sorry about the wait. I don't know, I've been so tired recently. So it's been pretty hard to muster up the energy to do this. But hopefully, that should change in a couple days, I guess. I don't know. It's just really busy recently. That's all it really is. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Umineko. Bye!